when you go home tonight, keep one, cut the top off, put it in a cup of water and have a look at it in the morning. So you'll be amazed.
What if they get damp?
Yeah, what happens if they get damp?
So what they're saying is, there is, on the crimp on the end, if we're talking, that is very, very well sealed.
Right.
But if you're one of these wildfowlers that's going out on the marsh or whatever, all they're saying is put them in a zip bag. Or just put a little bit of gun grease.
Right, okay, yeah.
Just a little smear of them. So if you're into the hardcore wildfowling, you're going out onto the flats or whatever, that's what everybody's concern is that, you know, and that's been the concern for people with these eco woods, is if they get damp, are they going to swell? On a normal day like this, you'll be fine. If it's absolutely bucketing down, blah, 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 but all this, and I think it's a good idea, just a little zipper bag. Like I said, if you're out on the marsh, job done, isn't it?
I was going to say, they don't really have many shots out there.
No,
so
it's not like, a box is going to be a flight, isn't it, for your average wildfowler, so...
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Do you think?
Yes, we'll see. Put them to the test.
So, there's the wad. We have the Eley Eco wad and we have a competitor's bio wad. So we're going to put them in the water and we're just going to see what they look like when we get back. I'm just going to put a little drop more in the dog bowl. And we're going to leave them, if that's all right, Mr. Groisdale, over by the house. Is that all right? By all means.
I'm a farmer. I'm a farmer who loves digging ponds. I'm a farmer who loves wildlife, who likes seeing birds flying. I dug my first pond when I was 7 with my pocket money. And so I kept digging ponds, and every March I get a bit fed up with the weather and dig another pond. So I've probably dug about 100 odd by now. My fascination's always been wildlife, to see it thriving, see it flying. Any spare money I have goes into lapwing conservation, and that spare money comes from shooting. And of course we all do it. We all look after our environment, look after what's here. If I'd never seen a lapwing, I'd be a wealthier man. But if I don't do something about it, they will be extinct in Wales in a remarkable time. We get huge, huge numbers of wild birds here. So people say, why would you bother to release? Well, I'm not a parasite. I'm not going to kill great numbers of wild birds. And why do our birds fly the same as wild birds? You really can't tell the difference. Probably because of the breeding. We only breed from wild stock. They're out on the pools very early. They're never short of food. The last time we tagged birds, they were shot in Ireland, Anglesey, all over Cornwall, you name it. So they're like a truly wild bird. They are a truly wild bird.
So we're shooting ducks today. We're up at the Groisdale shoot at Cefngwyn Hall near Aberaeron in West Wales. We are using the new Eley Eco Wad, the cartridges that are, well, all over the market at the moment, and we thought we'd give them a try out on these high mallard. These might come back, you know. See this one coming? That was fantastic. Very, very, very exciting. Hit a few, missed a few, as they say.
So today we're in deepest West Wales really, so Cardiganshire, only a few miles inland from the sea, which is great for duck because anything passing through pops in. You know, we've got 40, 50 pools here on site, so you know, a lot of species of duck, obviously mainly mallard, but teal, widgeon and a lot of geese as well, so it's good. Throughout the season everything pops in really. Yeah, the shoot's been going for over 30 years really, so long before I've been on the planet. Dad started up a while ago just as a little hobby and it's snowballed since then really. With the marshes and everything, the amount of ponds we've got, ducks was the way to go. We're very fortunate with the land we have to do a proper job of it. Dad's been here since he was born really, but he's been digging ponds flat out all over the county. So, I mean, the great thing about that is when we do one drive, it's not like most people do a duck drive with one pond. You know, one drive here could include 10 different pools being flushed from 10 different angles, and that's why it's nice, because it's not just birds coming one way, 1 second you're shooting them here, next from there, and curling all over the place. So it's quite a pleasant experience really.
Very, very impressed. You just don't know where the ducks are coming from. There's ponds everywhere. We're in this sort of wild, scrubby kind of ground, and you just don't know where to look. You're looking behind you, in front of you, everywhere. There's ducks moving now. Yeah, he does a really, really good job. I mean, very, very impressive. Oh, really impressed. And a huge thanks to Jonathan at Midwell Shooting Centre for the loan of the guns today. That's a good duck. Good shot. Oh, Jones in front. Coming from behind, mate. That way.
You see where we're stood now, we can do a couple of different drives from this pond on the bog, as we call it. We usually start here. There's probably about 10, 12 different pools we can use in this drive in particular. A lot of snipe in the area, a lot of everything really, so it's just the perfect habitat. And also it's not like standing on the peg, the pheasant's going to come over, you know, the ducks see you and they turn away, so obviously there's a lot of shrubs and bushes we can hide behind. It's ideal really.
Thanks, I got rid of some of the others. Oh my God, it's in Thank you.
Pleasure.
That'll help.
Thank
you very much.
No worries. We've been out and shot 2 amazing duck drives this morning with Mr. Grisdale, so thanks for a wonderful morning. And let's have a look at these wads that we put in the water this morning just after 10 AM. So, this is the other brand. Well-known make, softened up a little bit, still quite brittle. A couple of the boys commented this morning on these huge recoil. There's no absorption or shock absorber, for want of a better word. It's just a solid cup. It's made of something very similar to what the fibre wads are made of. I don't know exactly what, but anyway. And this is what they look like after they've been shot. That one had lost a wing. Don't know, is that going to protect the barrel or not? I don't know, jury's out on that one, but that's what we're looking at on that one at the moment. This is the Eley wad after 2 hours. I'm just gonna try and get it out. It's a slippery little sucker. That is already starting to break down. That's the consistency of squid, I would say, at the moment now. It's very, very, it's starting to break down. It's very slippery. It's all, yeah, it's starting to break down. So that's 2 hours, all flopsy wopsy. We'll see what that's like at the end of the day. But I think that so far is a very, very good omen. And I don't think there's going to be any issues going forward with anybody now that can say we're littering the countryside, because if this is what it's like after 2 hours, imagine what it's going to be like by tomorrow morning. So back in the water, and we're going to have a bit of lunch. Hi buddy, how are you? You alright, mate?
Yeah, good.
If you put a bit of water on one, it goes slick straight away. Like it starts instantly.
It feels like squid when you go I think that's legitimate.
Second day of the season, second shoot here, and they're, well, as wild as you'd want them really. You know, there's no trouble with getting them up or anything, and they're up and away, and if anything, too wild for beginning of the season really, but that's the way you want ducks to be when it's done properly. We cater for all different types of guns really. We've got teams coming, you know, we've got some teams of guns been coming here for over 30 years from when Dad started, still booking the same dates because the quality of what we do really, it's worth the 6-hour drive. A lot of teams from abroad coming in as well, and it doesn't really matter if someone's getting into the sport and it's their first season or whether they're, you know, a seasoned vet. You know, it's good to have new people in shoot all the time.
So we've done quite a bit of field testing with these now, shot quite a few of them, several thousand. We've shot some pretty decent bags on pigeons, and we've come to the conclusion on pigeons, definitely the way forward is half choke for the more rangy stuff. If you're shooting them over the decoys, more open is fine, but if you want to shoot long stuff, definitely go for the half choke. And today's our first time using them on duck. These mallard are very, very well feathered up, and yeah, they're taking some killing, but we've had some very nice clean kills today, so I won't have a problem shooting these again, no issue whatsoever. What's the longevity of them? What's the shelf life? Can you store them at home for a long time? Eley have done a lot of tests in the labs in various degrees of humidity, and what they found is that in the maximum amount of humidity that you'll only lose 10 meters per second from the speed. So it's irrelevant, nobody's going to notice that. That was a long way. So the great thing about using the eco wads is it's a complete green package. The wads break down, so they've gone, and the cases are recyclable as well. So I mean, you know, it ticks all the boxes.
The horn has gone. The horn has gone over.
I'd just like to say a huge thank you to Charles Grisdale and his lovely family for the wonderful day sport we've had today, the wonderful hospitality, and a big thank to Eley as well for sending me up here.
It's been great having Eley and Gerwyn down to do a piece on testing the new wad here. I think it's the perfect testing ground for it really. I think a lot of the wildfowling bunch forget there's a lot of people that shoot driven duck in the UK, and amazing how many people don't have 3-inch chambers. So for us it's a big thing. It's the first 70mm case that is non-toxic and not littering plastic all over land, which for us is a big win. Also, you know, I remember 20 years ago when we used to shoot plastic wads, you'd get the wind coming in, loads of wads from the season around the edge of the pool, whereas these actually sink straight to the bottom, they're out the way, and you know, the ducks aren't eating them, it's not getting in the way, and it's a load that works. So it's been great to test them out in the first week of the season.
I hope you'll come and visit us, and we do look after people. If you're not so mobile, it's not a problem. If you're a novice, it's not a problem, and you will enjoy your day here.